How's it going, guys? Good to see everybody. Hope you guys are ready for some good old Mare Nostrvm. I'm going to jump in right about now, and we will get started. So let's jump into Mare Nostrvm, and hopefully we get a nice little victory. When we last were playing this game, we were actually doing pretty well, believe it or not. We actually managed to get a few victories, etc. We got a few draws, but in general, we did all right. That being said, it's been a while since I've played Mare Nostrvm, so I'm going to go ahead and hope for the best here. Having a little issue here with the Steam client bootstrapper. That's not an issue we've had before. Cloned himself for a second there. Yes, I did. Few people know that I'm actually just a collection of many, many different clones put together. Alright, we've got a little update here, guys. Sorry about that. At least we're not at the actual appointed time. We still give people a minute or two to get into the actual room. But hopefully that Steam update will go pretty quickly. No dancing blade, says Dogs of War. Ah, these guys are talking about Doctor Who. Pixel, that's a good point. I do have a terrifying desktop. Let's take a quick look there. Just everywhere. This isn't even enough. This is just a few snippets of it. But obviously this desktop, yeah, it definitely needs to be cleaned. I like to just throw my stuff all around the place on the desktop, to be honest. All right, let's see. We should be getting a connection at this point. This is weird. We're getting an app running message here. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the live image again and see if I can't figure this out. This is not something I've dealt with before. Okay, I think we've got it this time. Yes, Mare Nostrvm, finally. Like I said before, it's been a while since we've jumped into this, and I really can't wait. I turned off the actual starting music, which I do like, just to avoid any issues with copyright infringement, that sort of thing. And of course, we're going to jump into this game by Turnopia. For those of you that have not seen Mare Nostrvm yet, this is made by the same guys that made Quadriga, the chariot racing simulator. And of course, this is more focused on the ancient naval battles of a number of different empires, including the Persians, the Romans, the Carthaginians, and you could play as any of them. You could even play as a pirate faction, although I don't recommend it. Last time we tried it, we really did get beat up badly. Now, of course, there's a skirmish mode, a historical mode, all that fun stuff, as well as multiplayer using the PBM setting that we usually use on these games. Let's take a look here, make sure everything's going well. 3 years worth. So the story about those messages is a while back I subscribed to a Red Rising mod that I guess was made for Men of War Assault Squad 2, and somebody keeps putting like spam on that mod for CSGO skins. That's what the 110 messages are. I actually am quite good at responding typically. So let's jump in, and we could do the Colonial Wars, but I actually want to go to either the Greco-Persian Wars or the Peloponnesian Wars, or the Punic Wars. At the Punic Wars, we got a major victory at Male, as the Romans. Now remember, either of these wars, or any of these wars, I should say, that you play, is comprised of a number of different battles, and you can choose either side. You don't have to play as the Carthaginians, you don't have to play as the Romans. It's really up to you. I'm going to go previously because I think one of my favorites, but first let me just discuss this one, the War of the Diadochi. Does anybody know what the War of the Diadochi is about? Because this is a very fascinating war. But I'm curious to see how much knowledge you guys have on it, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of information regarding it. See if we get any good answers. You report and get them banned. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have done it before, but I think it probably takes quite a lot of reports before someone does get banned. That's right, Wavell got it. War of the Successors after the death of Alexander. Pixel got it as well. So this is a really fascinating war. I highly recommend checking it out. I will say, though, I find this to have some of the most difficult battles in the game. Let's go ahead and do the Greco-Persian Wars. You know, I think that in these wars, despite the fact that one could argue that actually the Persian Empire was much more open and free than the Greek states, in this case, there's a very good guy, bad guy approach because we've all seen 300. We've all seen those movies where the Greeks are fighting the Persians or the Spartans are fighting the Persians. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and play as Greece, but I'm not seeing where the Persian commanders are. So that leaves me a little bit worried and a little bit unsure of what to do in this starting part, basically. Let's look over here. Once again, I see them. Wow, guys. Look at that Persian fleet. It's huge. Now, we've beaten them before, and really the goal with the Persians is to understand that even though they have a lot of units, not all of those units are the strongest, I guess you could say. And actually, I want to go ahead and find the commander of this fleet, because we shouldn't be moving these fleets together. Yeah, that's more like it. I don't need these guys in these pockets. I guess you could call them these pockets of resistance. I actually want them moving towards the enemy. But maybe they've set it up this way because we're supposed to resist instead of charging forward. Nonetheless, we'll find out soon enough if things don't go well. Here we go. Best of luck, boys. Now, if in the game you ever want to fast forward a turn, you can go ahead and just hit the fast forward button. In this case, I like to see every little bit. Just imagining, obviously, the massive amount of oarsmen that were needed to command these ships, the danger to everybody on these ships, and just how this must have looked. You know, obviously we've had naval battles in the modern age, but I really don't think the size of the naval battles, even in the modern age, can come close to the ancient naval battles. We're talking about hundreds of ships at the time. Here, we get pretty close to that. And even with, you know, maybe 50, 60 ships on screen, it's still a massive amount. So let's see what the Persians are doing over here. Oh, they are staying put. And as you can see, they are very much creating a sort of oval shape here to catch us, almost like a net. Some of these guys are over here going to the right side as our guys are moving towards the center. I'm not sure what we should do yet, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So I'm going to actually send this guy up here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we know that the enemy is sending ships this way. I'm going to take this group. As for those other two groups, you might wonder why I'm not moving these two. That's just in case we were supposed to keep these guys back. In which case, they're probably not going to be able to help us anyway if we get into a really nasty situation. That being said, I will start moving them forward, just at a much slower rate here. Let's go. Now, you might wonder what the yellow means. There's also a red line. Basically, we're pushing those guys a little bit more than we should. When it's green, obviously the rowers can handle that. When it's yellow, you're definitely pushing them. It could affect you later. Maybe those guys aren't going to be rowing as quickly later, or maybe they're not going to be able to accomplish a certain task. Once again, when you're going into red, it also has to do with speed. If you're going into red, you are basically going as fast as you can. Your rowers are doing their best job, and usually use that for ramming, things like that. In this case, I hope it doesn't come to that, but I am worried that they're going to just set a trap for us. Let's take a look here at the Persian fleet. Some of their ships are moving forward, And obviously, the greatest thing with the Persians to defeat them is to cut them off little by little, almost like sort of eating a pizza or eating some sort of pie. You don't want to eat it all at once. You want to just cut off tiny little pieces, eat that, cut off another little piece, eat that, etc. Or if you're like Agrippa, you just eat everything all at once. But you don't do that here. So basically, if this group goes out and tries to face us with this group and these guys stay back, then I'm going to have the fight right there in the middle. I'm not going to fall into the trap of going right in between all those ships. So let's keep on going. Yeah, our guys are getting a bit tired, just a bit. We're going to push them a little bit, but I hope they don't hate us for it. More than a little bit. We're actually pushing them a lot. Same with these guys. So we are definitely straining the strength of these oarsmen. And this isn't like Ben-Hur. That's actually basically more or less a myth. You know, it was very, very rare to have slaves rowing. You don't really want to have slaves rowing your ships. You want proper sailors, proper oarsmen, etc. And this was a job that was actually quite high in popularity at the time. You can make a lot of money just being an oarsman. Here we go. Oh, I don't like that movement, but we got to do it. Go, boys. Tired. You see, this is what we don't want. So the next turn, we might actually stay put a bit. I'm going to guess that more than a few of our ships are going to get that tired message. Oh, boy. They're closing into these two groups of Persian ships. Okay. Our guys are moving. This is what the fast forward looks like. And this is one of the problems with what we've done. When the ships get tired, some of them get left behind, obviously. In this case, I think we're going to try to just get these guys to move a little bit. Same with these guys. We want to hopefully get these ships back together, back on track. And to do that, we're going to have to get back to a more normal speed. And why not? We might as well move these guys as well. Now that we've basically pitched in for the battle, let's move. Some of these guys are currently out of leadership range. You want to keep your ships close to your leaders. That's a major thing about this game. If you get them too far away, they're just not going to move. It's that simple. Nice. Some of the tired ships are getting forward here. Row, boys. Row. Not rowing fast enough. So still a lot of fatigue, a lot of tired ships, and the Persians are just kind of taking this all in stride. They're just kind of like, these Greek guys, they're not too big of a deal. We can handle that. We're actually going to fast forward just because I want to get into combat soon here. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to ram these ships. I think we're going to have to try and board and win that way. Just a little bit more, boys. I just need you to push a bit more. We really need this commander to get his composure back. We might need to actually reverse with this guy and then move back out. You know, at this point, these ships are more or less stuck together unless we pull them out. Or unless we reverse with them, I should say. And the Persians are going very slowly in this battle. They're really taking their time. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull back with the command ship. Hopefully by then we can start moving them again. And I'm really going to try and focus my forces on these guys right here. So hopefully we can overwhelm them with numbers, at least on these ships. Although that leaves us open to being rammed by these guys over here. Although I think we're pretty far from them. So I'm pretty comfortable that this is going to work out all right. Again, I'm keeping the rest of these ships back here, just in case we need them, which we probably will. You could imagine taking on an empire like Persia is not easy. The enemy absolutely outnumbers us in every way, ships, manpower, etc. So you really have to, when you're taking on the Persians, you've got to think of some new tricks. Usually I manage to beat the Persians by ramming their ships. Fighting them one-on-one, it's a little tougher, but I think that's what we're going to have to go for here. Yep, definitely approaching. And I think I'm going to have to change the direction. Maybe not, actually. I'm keeping the direction. And let's see if this guy can finally get out of here. Try to send them this way. Yes, we're going to stress them out a bit, but fact is we've gotten all caught up here, and we need to get back in the battlefield. A lot of cut-off ships there. Okay, we are approaching, guys. Combat is really moments away. At this point, we're almost into firing range with our bows. We can start firing at the enemy. Now, each battle's different in this game. You know, some battles you'll actually get, especially if you're playing as the Romans, you'll actually get some guys on your ship that can fire arrows. I believe right now we're facing the Persians. I don't believe fire arrows are a possibility, but you never know. So what I'm going to try to do is a major ram. I'm just hoping for the best here. As for these guys, I'll just keep them where they are. In fact, they can start turning towards this group. And let's hope that this ram works out. It's really that simple. Looks like this guy's still having trouble getting out. So let's turn left with him. And that's another way to get out of being stuck, is turn left or right. Let's see if we can kill any Persians. Here we go, guys. I'm guessing they're going to turn before we hit them, but you never know. And obviously we're going for a ram with our command ship. This is very risky. I would not recommend this at all. And yep, sure enough, they're turning. So at least they're probably not going to be able to ram us, but we're almost certainly going to be grappling here. And there we go, already firing at the enemy. They're firing back. Let's see, we're going to rake our oars, and that basically means two groups of oars slam together, and one of them, or both of them, gets crippled. There we go. We've destroyed the enemy's oars, so they're not going to be able to turn to the left anymore. They can still turn right, but imagine having to make an entire 180-degree turn just to get over there. All right, crippled. Got two ships crippled. I'm hoping our boys have enough wherewithal to jump on there and fire. Man, they're approaching our second group of ships. They might be going for a ram here. Hold on, boys. Oh, no, they got one. They got a ram for sure. One of our boys is down, and we didn't hook them either. Now, sometimes if the enemy rams you, your ship will actually hook theirs, and they'll go down with you when your ship sinks, or at least there's a chance they'll go down with you when your ship sinks. Looks like we finally managed to get that guy out of that mess. I'll try to get this group to move forward as well. And these guys too. Why not? Bring them along for the ride. Now here, I think we're going to have to start controlling ships individually. This guy, I'm going to see if maybe... I don't know if he's going to be able to ram this guy, but we're going to try. So that guy is tired. He's tired. He's tired. He's tired. I'd love to deal with them, but they're already cut off from the enemy, which is pretty bad as is. Enemy's fatigued. I am going to try and once again go for a ram. So once you get into this part of the game, you can really start to micromanage. I think I want to grapple, but you know what? Let's go for something crazy here. Maybe if they think we're turning and then we turn at the last second and ram, we can get a few kills. Obviously, if you see some flashing on the enemy ship or on our ship on the main deck, then that means we got a kill on the enemy archers. And right now, we've got a few of their ships sort of trapped in between ours, and that's a really good position for us. I don't think he's going to be able to sink this ship with a ram because it's so close. He can't be going at a very fast speed, and so actually, look at that. We've actually got him stuck here. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to shoot this guy down. In fact, we might even be able, if we could get this unit to not be cut off anymore, we might even be able to take it over. Now, I've got to go back. That was awesome. We just got a beautiful hit there. I don't think we're going to be able to go back. We just got a beautiful hit there and sunk one of the Persian ships. They hit one of ours, but they are fouled up in the ship itself, which, like I said, there's a chance that when the ship goes down, this Persian ship is going down with us. Come on, boys. Get some revenge. See what's going on here in the north. Not too much. And you could see some loss here in terms of our morale. A little bit of loss on the enemy morale, too. Not nearly as much. And I'm just going to turn. Try to grapple. Turn. And actually, with this guy, I'll go for a ram. I can't go for a ram. So, of course, there are certain rules you have to follow with ramming. You've got to build up enough speed, obviously, to ram. In this case, it doesn't look like we are going to be able to do that. With these guys, we're just going to try to smash right through them. while we continue firing arrows. So that guy's gotten hit pretty badly. Here we go. Oh, we just missed the ram on the guy that was tired. Just barely, guys. Let's see. Fire as if your lives depended on it, boys, because they actually do. So keep that in mind. Here we go. All right, we're going for the grapple. We didn't get it with this ship, even though this guy's tired and cut off. What about here? Come on, you can do it, boys. Yes, beautiful. You can absolutely win this fight. Right now they are in close combat. Swords, gladii, whatever the Persians are using, are flashing left and right. And you can actually see some of our men jumping onto that ship. We're also giving our men a lot of assistance there in terms of fire. Oh boy. I think they're trying to grapple us here. We're going to try to grapple onto this ship. So I'm going to let these guys do their thing. And again, go for the ram. We'll go for the grapple here. We'll start moving this way. And same with this guy. We'll just start moving forward in general. I might go ahead and actually push them a bit. So you can see the Persians did exactly what I expected. We actually didn't send as many ships in as we should have. And they, of course, folded in that sort of oval shape right around us. At this point, we're pretty trapped amongst them. So let's hope that we can still make a difference here. Here we go, boys. Leave no survivors. Unfortunately, before we could grapple, this guy started turning. I'm just hoping that this guy that's fouled up in our ship goes down. That would be a huge help. It's obviously a pretty big Persian ship, a Persian-decked trireme. So getting rid of it would be pretty helpful to us. And I'd willingly sacrifice one of our ships to make that happen. Luckily, we didn't get fouled up on the ship we hit, so we can actually not have to worry so much about sinking with it. In fact, we can pull out and attack again if we wanted to, but I like the position we're in right now here in the middle. We've got a little bit of an advantage on the amount of fire we're using, and we've captured one of the Persian ships, so it's a decent start. As long as our men can handle it, as long as they can keep on fighting, basically. We're crippled as well, so our men will be staying here and essentially providing fire support this entire time. I think that's going to be the extent of their assistance. Okay. All right, nice. These guys are moving freely finally. And maybe we can be the ones to surprise, not supervise, surprise the enemy. And I'm going to move these guys up too. Once again, I am pushing these guys, but we're quite far from the battle still, so I'm hoping they'll have time to regain their composure by the time they make it here. Let's see. These guys are cut off. They are still firing, but they are definitely cut off from their commander. What's this? Ooh. I think this is too close for a ram. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on. Enemy command ship. Yes! We just hit the enemy command ship, sinking it. That is a Persian general down, guys. I can't believe we got that. Getting a ram one tile away is pretty rare. In that case, our oarsmen were doing their damn best to get rid of that guy. And it looks like the enemy Persians are also grappling onto us here. We might be able to take another ship. We've got 17 brave Athenians on this ship. Actually, we're Greek city-states, a collection of Greek city-states. So Athenians, Thessalonians, Spartans, etc. on this ship fighting against the Persians. It's looking pretty good right now, guys. Oh boy, they're coming back. A lot of Persian ships are coming back. Some of our ships are arriving to the battlefield, some of our reinforcements. I plan to send them in ASAP. Oh yes, another ship went down, guys. They accidentally fouled up on their own ship. I love that. So if you guys take a look here, the enemy hit their own Persian deck trimem, and now they're fouled up on it. This is beautiful. I love it. So that's obviously going to help us a lot. We've actually managed to knock down quite a few ships. I'm kind of proud of how we've done, considering the fact that the Persians are without a doubt the superior force here, numbers-wise. and maybe skill-wise. Still don't expect us to win this battle, but we're going to do our best to get a good result. Okay, man, that's pretty cool. We've got this other ship here. I'm going to try and grapple onto an enemy ship. In fact, let's go for a ram, just in case that enemy decides to turn back. The thing is, though, you've got to look at where the enemy flag is placed on the command ship. If it's placed at the back, this enemy is clearly turning away from us. So the chances of them turning around and us catching them with a ram are really, really small, really slim. What I am going to try to do is catch one of these guys with a ram. Let's see what happens. Okay. Right now, the actual numbers on each side are very even. We're both fighting, it seems, we're both having a lot of trouble winning the battle. Both us and the Persians. So it's very back and forth right now. Okay, here we go. Our ship is coming in. Not much movement on the enemy ship. Maybe we should have, maybe we overcalculated a bit. Because I wanted to go ahead and ram into this. I hope we don't end up ramming into our own ship, which is an absolute possibility. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, this is not going to turn out well. The enemy did this, and we're about to do it ourselves. Okay, good, good. Wow, they actually went to half speed. Good call, boys. Good call. Nice shots here by the command ship led by Themistocles. And as you can see there next to Themistocles' name, the general or the admiral's name, you actually get some traits. This he's a rammer. I don't know what the circle stands for, but essentially each general or commander is going to have their own specific traits. So each leader of men, I guess you could say. I'm going to go ahead and call our general to move down, try to ram that tired ship, or maybe another one. As for this guy, I think I'm going to try to do the same thing. Hopefully we can get out of the way fairly quickly here. But we're definitely going for a ram once again. As for our guys just arriving, I think they should just go for grapples. Basically try and grapple onto the enemy ships. We have been doing pretty well with archery, so I might do that. Now this guy's fatigued. And for that, I might go for a ram. Oh boy. Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see. These guys are still arriving. We could always go back with our command ship to pick up these ships that have been cut off. Had quite a lot of ships that have been cut off as we move forward, and that is something to watch. Here we go. Oh, oh, oh! Come on, come on, come on! You can do it, guys, you can do it, you're so close! Guys, root for the ram, root for the ram! Boom! Oh, we did smash into him. We did not manage to sink him. He actually held. That is a triple-deck trireme, so I'm not that surprised. I mean, it's a heavy, heavy ship, and unfortunately, we did not manage to break through. So at this point, boom! Managed to kill this one. Hey, that's not bad. One out of two, I'll take it. So we did manage to hit that ship, of course. He was stuck anyway against our ship, and we've sunk him with Polykritos, our other general. Great job, man. Persian triple-deck trireme is having some issues too. And look, now the Persians have less morale than we do. That's a good sign. I'm going to go ahead and use the ram here. You know, with this guy, I just want to grapple onto their ships. Grapple once again. The cutoff ships are actually causing us most of our movement problems because they're getting in the way of our regular movements. Here we go! Come on, get him, boys, get him. Just trying to grapple, board the ship, and deal with the enemy on board. So he's actually cut off. I thought they were boarding there, but no. They just got cut off just before reaching the area. We've got actually a few of the enemy ships trying to break through here. They're already exhausted. Hoping this guy can come around and provide some much-needed supporting fire. 19 alive on the enemy ship, 28 alive on ours. I'm thinking so far we are definitely winning this fight. At least in terms of one-on-one combat. Now, they could overwhelm us with their numbers, of course, but one-on-one combat's going pretty well for us. Please. Oh, I was hoping for another accidental ram by the enemy on their own ships. Didn't seem to happen this time. All right, pretty nice. Wow, very even fight, guys. Let's take a look here at the chat. Damn, that Persian commander is going to lose an important appendage tonight after the battle. Yes, I think so, Chillstream. If he survived, he gonna ram you, somebody said. Yeah, best at ramming in ancient world was an Egyptian, says Dogs of War. Very possibly. Considering how big the Persian fleet is, you likely need every ship. Yeah, I think Pixel's got a very good point there. The Egyptian was called Ram. Oh, gosh. That, you know what? Let me tell you something. I make some awful puns on this channel, but I think Dogs of War just took the title from me. Best at ramming in ancient world were the Egyptians. The Egyptian ship was called a Ramesses. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that actually hurts me, and that hurts my my mind. It's like I feel like somebody just screamed into my ear, really, really loud, with a joke like that. All right, man. Well, we're gonna keep on moving. Once again, we're not going for ramming anymore. I think the ramming part of the battle is pretty much over. Once you've basically engaged here and the ships have smashed into each other, maneuverability is a big issue, as you could probably imagine. Let these two guys fight it out. Why not? And as for the cutoff troops, yeah, you guys are right. It's very essential that we get those cutoff troops into the battle, but we might not be able to do that. It's just the way things work. The way life is. Not always rainbows and ponies. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy, he's going for a ram against this ship. Okay, they grappled. Hey, you guys want to jump onto our ship? Please try. We've got 27. Guessing these guys have fewer men. 17. Come on, men. No Greek worth his salt would lose this fight. So they've actually thrown themselves into a terrible position. Also getting support from the command ship right next to them. So as they're trying to board our ship, we're firing arrows into their flank. I mean, this is not looking good for the enemy. That being said, it's not looking good for us either. See, this cutoff ship might end up being a casualty of the command ship here. Ooh, got very lucky, man. Got very lucky there. And we could definitely try to ram some of the cutoff ships. I mean, they're not moving anywhere, put it that way. I like to see some of our cutoff ships are actually moving to battle. Nice. Very nice. That's good for us. Even a few shots from the arrows or from the archers is going to help us. So I'll take it. Now, since they're cut off, we can't issue direct orders. That's awful, but I think we could still make the best of it. So I'm going to try to go for a ram here. I'm pretty sure we can get it. Pretty sure. Not 100%. I'm also going to turn and try to grapple onto that ship. Get on board. And I'm going to try to do the same with this guy, although I'm actually going to go for a ram here. All right. Now he's cut off. We should be able to hit him, but we are taking a very hard left turn as we build up speed, and that alone might save that ship. Come on! Full power! Oh, yeah! We got him, boys. We got him. Gotta love those command ship, and this one is Amanus. Once again, he's got that skill next to him. Each of the commanders is going to have a different skill. Some might, of course, have, you know, the same skill, but that's not very likely in the same army. They're all going to have sort of these individual bonuses and negatives. It's not a bad idea to look at them before the battle so you can decide which fleet is going to do the ramming, which fleet's going to do the attacking, which fleet's going to do the supporting, etc. You know, some of these admirals have the ability to actually increase speed, things like that. So this is definitely important information if you're going to decide who's going first into the battle, basically. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, these guys are currently stuck. So I'm going to try to back out. Now, backing out right now is a really bad idea, because this guy could be going for a ram himself, but we don't really have any other choices. This guy, I'm going to turn... Take a look from up here. So we've got a lot of ships over here that are cut off. It's definitely not good. Let's take a look 1 second, guys. Ah, Amenius of Athens. Thank you, Pixel. So there is a real guy named Amenius of Athens. That's cool. Oh, sorry about that, Dogs of War. Roulette's 200. I haven't seen that one yet. Might be trying to cheat the algorithm. All right, guys. Okay, so, interesting situation. Let's hope for the best. Here we go. I hope they're not going for a ram. We're certainly not. We're just trying to grapple. Just a nice friendly hug with chains and swords. Nice. And look at this guy over here, completely stuck. Okay, here we go. This is what I was worried about. Them possibly being able to ram us here, but I don't think so. I think we're going to be able to grapple. Almost. Almost. At least we can shoot at these guys. They're going to get stuck over here on the fouled up ship. And if not, we'll try to grab them with this Greek trireme. Once again, they seem to get themselves stuck in pretty awful positions. Here we go, raking oars. Is anybody going to get crippled? Nope. We crippled them, but we didn't grapple them. So, hey, they can't move anymore. That's good. And you can see that the actual victory points on the enemy side are much less than ours are. What I'm going to try to do is grapple onto that ship that's crippled. And I'm going to try to grapple onto this ship that's crippled too. In fact, no, we can't go for a ram. Not on a turn, but we will go for a grapple. Just kind of hoping we could get one more ram in. The rams are fun, aren't they, guys? Let's go ahead and do this. We won't be ramming, but we will be getting into the battle. And as for this guy, I'm going to try and grapple with him. Adiamentus, I know that your skill is grappling, but you are slow, man. You're way too slow. All right, here we go. No, looks like they're going to get right out of the way before we can reach them. We're still going to take some major losses, though. Thanks, Muso. By the way, guys, as many of you know, Muso will not be here as of next week. You know, like I mentioned in yesterday's stream, he's been an extremely important part to this venture, to this collaboration between me and Slytherin. You know, he's been able to be an awesome administrator here on the boards. I don't think we've had to even ban anybody just because of the work he's done. He's pretty much kept everybody in check. Hi, Twitch, he says. So I do want everybody to thank Muso for what he's done. I thank him. He's been an awesome admin, and he's done a lot of other things over at Slytherin, not just administrative work. So I really, really am going to miss him. And I do believe that the company will be bringing in somebody new, I'm not sure, to do admin work. I can also do some of the admin work myself. But, you know, as you guys can imagine, it's a bit hard to play and watch you guys at the same time. Although you all seem to be pretty well behaved in general. So I'm not too worried, but you know, there's always an outlier, right? Let's see. So they're fouled up on on our ship. I'm still waiting for them to sink. There's 2 guys on the ship, and I know my command unit is going to kill them, but I was kind of hoping to get a nice sinking going. So that's an enemy command ship right there. Definitely want to try to grab him. I'm going to move back with this guy. So we're basically reversing oars, all right? And this is to allow us to use them later. Let's go ahead and move forward here. Move forward here, grapple. Wait. Oh, I wanted to do one more move with this guy. It's okay. But, you know, obviously it would have been better if we grappled onto that ship. We're still doing fine. I mean, the enemy, I think, is in trouble. I really think so. Oh, we should have gone for a ram. We would have gotten it for sure. We would have gotten it for sure. At least we're grappling. Not too bad. And now these guys are stuck. As you can see, they've got 15 on one ship, 10 on another. We've got 28 alone on our command ship. So we can handle both of these guys as well as this guy back here with just 10. Good shooting, boys. Keep it up. Oh, we've got an enemy command ship moving over here. So I guess they went and hit one of our already crippled ships. I mean, there was nobody on board, but well done, I suppose. They rammed a ship with nobody on board. Still looks cool. I'll give them that. Nice. We grappled onto this guy as well. Just 8 guys on that ship, and of course, this command ship can assist in doing some dramatic damage. Let's see. What can we do? What can we do? Move forward a bit. This is unlikely to work. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try it. It's just unlikely to work. And this one probably will, since they're cut off. We'll go ahead and jump onto their ship. Ooh, they're going to get out of the way. Very sneaky. Fouled up on their own ship. Oh, and that one they didn't mean to do. I don't know what happened there, but for whatever reason, this ship began to sink. It's turned on its side, and as a result, it's fouled up that Persian deck trireme. So we're hoping that once that ship goes down into good old Davy Jones' locker, that we will be able to pick him up. And actually, we probably should call this Poseidon's locker in this case. Davy Jones won't be around for more than a few hundred years. So it's not quite Davy Jones' locker yet. But I can assure you that most people in ancient times, especially on these ships, probably were not the best at swimming. It just wasn't really something, you know, done unless you were, of course, living near the ocean, that sort of thing. And we are coming very close to the crux of the battle here, guys. This is very close to being the end, either for us or for the Persians. Can you do anything right, Adamentius? Apparently not. All right, let's go ahead. He's crippled, but nobody on board. So we're not going to make the same mistake the enemy did. That's silly. Let's just go ahead and try to grapple onto this guy, the command ship. Do the same over here. And I'll do the same over here. So command ship grappling on command ship. I mean, obviously, if we take out some of their commanders, it's going to be a much bigger drop to their morale, and all 3 of their generals are right in this area. So this is the perfect opportunity to wipe them out. I don't know how this ship is moving, because there's nobody on board. It's a ghost ship, I guess. Generally, if a ship has nobody on board, it's pretty much stuck. In this case, they seem to still be able to fire a bit, and the enemy managed to avoid, sure enough, managed to avoid our grapple. Let's look down here, see what's going on. We got that ship crippled. We're still going for a grapple. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, yeah. Come on, boys. Come on now. You can do this. Throw those chains. Yes! Good work. Although this time, the enemy actually has 20 men on board. We've got 24. Although the Persians are somewhat better fighters on a ship. So I'm not sure if this is going to be as easy as it seems. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Oh no, the cutoff ship might be going for a ram. It's again very, very even. Take a look here. Ouch, you got rammed. One more Greek ship down. Yep. 400 HC ramming. Maybe the Greeks will win so good here that Salamis will just be a mop-up. Yeah, it's very, very close indeed. Take good care of your slits. You know they won't do that, Muzo. You know it's going to be roulette for 5,000 slits here and there. Let's just roulette everything. Even I make that mistake. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get stuck in here one way or another. Either we're firing arrows at the enemy ship, and I'm going to go ahead and try to go for a ram. Come on, command ship. You've done it before. You can do it again. Well, that battle's definitely looking like it's going better for us. We're already on their ship. There we go. Yes! Another one down, boys and girls. Another one down. Of course, we're now caught up into a sea of enemy arrows, but hopefully we get an enemy surrender fairly quickly here, and we can finish this battle the way it should be finished, with a Greek victory. They're going to try to grapple over here. I don't think they've got the numbers for it, but if they want to try, please, be my guest. Okay. It's really come down to this, guys. Really just the very last part of the battle. Okay, let's see. Sorry about the telephone, guys. Just ignore it for now. Let's see what we can do. I'm worried this guy's going to try to ram us, so I'm actually going to turn, move, grab this guy, turn, grapple. Look at that. So close. 18% for our side, 13% for the Persians. It's really just like... just so close. What else can we do here to increase our chances? Not much, really. I think this is really down to the individual fighting on each of the ships. Obviously, the archery between us and the enemy. Let's just hope we're better. That's all I can say. Let's just hope we're better at firing arrows than the enemy is. Because right now, that's what's going to win us the battle. Come on, grapple. Nice. Once again, they've grappled onto a ship that they have no business grappling onto. We will beat them. Although they do have a lot of fire support in the form of archers, of course. So maybe they have a small chance, but I think it's a very small one. As you can see, we've actually jumped on their ship, despite them being the ones to grapple us. It's our men that are on board their actual boat here. So this worked out pretty well. There we go, captured. That was a quick capture, man. I don't think I've ever seen one that fast. Oh, look at that. They are right down there to the nub. That being said, we still have a lot of work that we have to do before we can get that one final ship for victory. That's really, I think, all we need is one final ship. Grapple. No, it didn't work. Try that again. We'll move back with this guy. Hopefully we don't get rammed. Just looking around to see if we have anybody we can use. Nope. Some of our men have grappled in a vain attempt to take over this ship. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but it's very brave. I mean, obviously, one more ship, I'm pretty sure we get a victory. Our ship is crippled, but not totally destroyed. And you can see how much slower it's moving. I mean, just imagine. It's just lost 50% of its movement power. Half the oars on one side are completely mangled. There's really nothing we can do about that. Come on. Draw. Wow, that was interesting. I definitely expected a win, but I get it being a draw. It was very, very close. A lot of captured ships, crippled ships, sunken ships on each side. Manpower lost, 222 sailors on our side, 348 for the Persians. And of course, if you guys play a battle like this and you want to rewatch it again, you just click the watch button. You can watch it in real time, happening from the beginning to the end. Actually, reaching the enemy in this particular battle was a bit of a task, but you know what? I'm okay with the result. I definitely wanted to win, but I will take the draw. And as mentioned before, now we get the Battle of Salamis, as Pixel mentioned. That being said, guys, thank you so much for everybody checking out the stream. As always, we want to give a big thank you to Muso, and hopefully he will stop in, you know, every few streams or maybe every few weeks, stop into a stream and say hello to you guys. That would be pretty cool. But we're going to miss him and his help, and I hope you guys look forward to the future here as we move on to next week and the streams then. All right, my friends, thank you so much. Yeah, this historical battle was indecisive too, Pixel says. That is true. So that's one thing to consider. We pretty much got the historical you know, situation was pretty much the same, despite the fact that in the historical situation, there were no ships out of command range. They were all in command range. So just imagine if we had those extra ships, we probably could have gotten a pretty amazing victory. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and I will hopefully see you next week.